Would you pay for something that does not exist in the physical world? Well, in a sense, we all do that nowadays. Movies, music, games are all digital products, and we have been buying and consuming them for years. If you're a gamer, you also know that people have been buying stuff in video games, not just the game itself, but other so-called in-game purchases like extra lives, hints, one-time features, or in-app currency like tokens. So what's different for digital products in the metaverse? Well, not really anything that different, but better. Why? Well, there are several reasons, and I'll break them down for you in this episode. Welcome to Personal Finance Cat, where I share my personal take on personal finance. Hello, welcome to Personal Finance Cat. And today we're going to talk about a wonderful business opportunity in the metaverse, digital products. To start, I want to cite something that Craig Donato, the CEO of ROBLOX, once said. What the internet is for information, the metaverse is going to do for social connections. I'm no longer bound by physical distance or all these constraints in terms of who I interact with or how I represent who I am. All these things are suddenly unleashed. It's insanely disruptive. If you don't know what ROBLOX is, it is an online game platform and game creation system developed that allows users to program games and play games created by other users. ROBLOX began to grow rapidly in the second half of the 2010s, and this growth has been accelerated by the COVID-19 pandemic. As of August 2020, ROBLOX had over 164 million monthly active users, including more than half of all American children under 16. So that's what's different from the games that you download from an app store. The users actually create the games. Even though ROBLOX is not quite the metaverse yet, it is a good place to start. What is the metaverse, you ask? Well, it is envisioned by many to be a network of 3D virtual worlds focused on social connection. The keywords here are network and social connection. ROBLOX itself is not the metaverse or a metaverse, but it may well be part of the metaverse in the future. As Mark Zuckerberg, founder and CEO of Facebook, now Meta, envisioned, users can go across the metaverse with avatars or outfits or whatever other wearables from platform to platform, much like what you can do with your physical belongings in the physical world. Social connection is the other important attribute because it's not just a video game you play by yourself in the middle of the night, hopefully. The metaverse is really trying to connect people, but let them feel the presence of each other much better to the extent that it almost blends the line between the physical world and the virtual world. If you're not convinced that this is a potentially great business opportunity because, heck, why would people buy anything that they can't touch? Well, I hate to break it to you. Or I should say, I would love to break it to you, that it is already happening. There is a 23-year-old guy who designs and sells various digital wearables in ROBLOX and is making millions of dollars. Take a listen to the CNBC story covering this 23-year-old.
Samuel Jordan may seem like your typical 23-year-old.
In 2019, I made $30,000 creating items on ROBLOX, and I thought, wow, this could be a serious career. And then in 2020, I made $600,000 designing digital items on ROBLOX. And then in 2021, I made over $1 million designing items on ROBLOX.
The same story also covered a family who worked together to design games for ROBLOX.
In Colorado, the Clemens family runs Simple Games, a ROBLOX studio. 21-year-old CEO Nathan employs 7 contractors around the world. But closer to home, in fact, in their home, he also has his siblings and parents working for the company.
Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Good news is that it's still early, and you too can take advantage of this opportunity. From what I understand, to make such digital products, you need a software called Blender, which is a free open source software. It doesn't require coding skills to use Blender, but coding skills are certainly helpful. Kind of like for every job nowadays. Anyway, I will link a tutorial in the show notes, which walks you through step by step how to make a wearable in Blender for ROBLOX. ROBLOX is just one of the platforms, although admittedly, it is one with the largest user base. Decentraland, for example, is another platform that gained a lot of recognition lately. According to an article in NBC News, people are selling wearables, manicures, and even music concerts in Decentraland. In addition, Meta has recently begun testing user monetization tools within Horizon Worlds. Starting in April this year, a select group of creators could begin creating digital items and effects they can then sell directly within the virtual social space. So stay tuned. I'm sure there are new opportunities coming soon in Horizon Worlds. All right, but you're not a gamer. Don't worry, I gotcha. I'm not a gamer myself. The other really exciting new avenue is digital fashion. Sounds far-fetched? Let's listen to this interview by Bloomberg Quick Take titled Why the Metaverse is Fashion's Next Goldmine by the Business of Fashion show.
Earlier this year, Benoit Pagotto's design studio, Artifact, worked with teenage digital artist Ferocious to sell 620 pairs of virtual sneakers, generating a total of $3.1 million in less than 5 minutes.
Why do people want to buy digital fashion? Well, there are some very good reasons. Let's take a listen to another story by Today titled Get a Tour of the Metaverse Retail Experience.
People are spending real money in the metaverse. They want to have an experience that's more like their real life experience, or in some ways, maybe even better.
I've purchased and acquired thousands of digital pieces of clothing. It's going to last. It's going to have the same quality forever. I can hand that down to my kid.
A big draw of shopping in the metaverse is the accessibility of luxury brands.
Just like buying a Gucci bag in the real world is a status symbol, buying a virtual Gucci bag is also a status symbol for your avatar.
But you're not a designer either. Well, you can be like Benoit, like covered in the first story. Hire a no-game designer, and you do the marketing and promotion. Like Gary Vee said, any company needs to be a marketing company first. How true is that? Now, this is a perfect segue to talk about why, even if you have a physical business selling physical products or services, you need to pay attention to the metaverse. Because many people, myself included, believe that the metaverse is the next iteration of the internet. Much like Web 1 and Web 2, most businesses are on them now because that's what you have to do to stay in business. In the future, similarly, most businesses will be on the metaverse, as many people believe. As a matter of fact, many of the large businesses are already doing that. According to an article titled Virtual Products and NFTs in the Metaverse by 3kit.com, for many companies, the applications for virtual products might be obvious. It's easy to imagine someone buying a virtual high-end Ferrari to get an edge in the virtual racing simulator. Someone wearing an expensive suit in a virtual environment gains a similar benefit to wearing one in real life. It's less easy to imagine how a company like Taco Bell might leverage virtual products. There are certain benefits to a chalupa supreme that don't seem to easily translate into a virtual environment. That didn't stop them from creating and selling tens of thousands of dollars in virtual products in the last month. The message is simple. If you make and sell products in the real world, there is probably a way to make and sell those products in virtual environments. And as we progress toward an immersive multiverse, the value of those products will only increase. Let's take another listen to Get a Tour of the Metaverse Retail Experience.
The guys in the back were saying, imagine TV directing. Everything is connected to the internet now. You can start doing these things from home. Go to college classes from home
learn,
in the metaverse.
yeah.
So there are other applications besides shopping that could be really interesting.
Traditional brick and mortar stores are going to use the metaverse as a way to promote their brand. I think that's
a gateway for sure.
I like the creative aspect of it.
Exactly.
Like you design a shoe, that's like entertainment.
Yes.
Paying money to like make a video game better
To get a
makes
bucket
sense
hat.
to me.
For clothes, I'll cite from 3kit.com again. Even if you can't make a fortune selling virtual products right now, you can immediately begin to leverage massive boosts in brand equity. Whether or not you have a product with a use case that matches one of today's virtual worlds, you have a brand that can be put on virtual clothing, signage, artwork, and more. In some of my previous episodes, I spoke about art design, consulting services, and educational courses in the metaverse. Those can certainly be metaverse digital products. However, there are definitely many more types of digital products, as you have just heard, from games to wearables, from manicures to high-end fashion, from Ferrari to Taco Bell. The only limit is your imagination. What digital products do you want to make in the metaverse? And remember, Even if it's not making money from the digital products themselves, building a brand for your actual business venture is definitely something that the Metaverse can help you with, like no other channel or means. All right, friends, this is it. Thank you so much, as always, for sticking to the end. If you like this episode, please leave a rating or review on Apple Podcast or Spotify, or leave a like or comment on YouTube. I would really appreciate it. Bye for now.